Hi, I'm Raina, and you're watching Mental Health TV. In this week's episode, I will be talking about the portrayal of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, on television. As usual, let's start by talking about the actual mental illness itself. PTSD occurs after somebody experiences some kind of trauma, hence post-traumatic stress disorder. Trauma can be caused by anything from sexual assault, child abuse, witnessing death or violence, experiencing violence, accidents, combat. In the United States, roughly 60% of men and 50% of women will experience some form of trauma during their lives. Only a small portion of these people, roughly 10% of women and 4% of men, will actually be diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. This accounts for roughly 8% of the total population. Today, we'll be taking a look at 4 different TV shows that portray post-traumatic stress disorder to some extent. Let's start by taking a look at the TV show Army Wives. This show's portrayal of PTSD is actually fairly controversial. Among some fans, it seems like an accurate depiction of what they and their families are going through. To others, the show seems to romanticize the idea of serving in the Army and seems to even depict PTSD as something that can be easily solved and something that's almost sentimental. The second show I'll be talking about today is Grey's Anatomy, where a character named Owen Hunt was diagnosed with PTSD.
Everything okay? Christina! Owen!
While it is great that Grey's Anatomy has a character who experiences a lot of very realistic symptoms that go along with PTSD, a lot of people have also criticized the show, saying that Owen's problems are solved too easily. If we look for more positive or more realistic depictions of PTSD, one really great example is the show Downton Abbey. One of the characters on the show, named Lang, suffers from what was then called shell shock. As viewers, we frequently see him shaking or struggling to remember things or even having flashbacks to his time in the war. Because Downton Abbey is a historical drama, it also gives us the opportunity to see how PTSD was treated in the past and to take a look at how far we've come. When I asked all of you about what shows you thought were doing a great job at representing PTSD, overwhelmingly, the #1 response was the Netflix series Jessica Jones. The depiction of Jessica Jones having PTSD really highlights her avoidance of certain people and places, alcohol abuse, reckless behavior, panic attacks, flashbacks, and many other really common symptoms of PTSD.
You want to do it. You know you do. To our anniversary. You'll love it.
I will love it.
Then smile.
If you can think of any other TV shows that do a great job or a not so great job of representing PTSD, feel free to let me know in the comments. That's my show for this week. Tune in next week when I discuss the portrayal of schizophrenia on television. Have a great week.